Good morning and happy Friday. I hope you guys are settling into your summer 2021 classes and enjoying your time thus far with us at NCC. I wanted to take a few moments this morning just to review a couple of important things and then just kind of give you an overview of Soc 210, kind of get you started and set up well for session one. I would like to draw your attention to a very special document under the textbook and course information, and that is a grading breakdown. And this is a document that hopefully will help you understand kind of what the grading looks like in the course. So keep in mind that late work is only accepted for textbook reading and quizzes, and that is preset in Revel at a 50% late work penalty. So it's a summer session. Things go really fast. My advice is to manage your time appropriately. Go ahead and start carving out some time each week to get things done so you're not behind. So instead of working on getting caught up, we just kind of keep going because it's a quick semester. So keep that in mind. Also, paying attention to the percentage of grade that is attached to your journals and your writing activities. That's pretty big. And so while those items are large, they are not accepted late. And so too many zeros in those categories is really going to bring your grade down. So you're not going to want to have that happen. So this is just a good document to kind of look at, kind of shows you the whole course for the summer, all the deadlines and all that kind of stuff. I like to see that in courses, and so I hope that you benefit from that as well. So one thing that I will get started on is just kind of an overview of sociology in general, and then I'm going to walk you through some of the session one items. Sorry, I'm jumping screen to screen here. I hope it's not confusing. One thing that I will say is sometimes when students start in sociology, it's just kind of an abstract thought and they kind of struggle a little bit with wrapping their heads around it, and it's totally understandable. You may have to do a little bit of additional Googling or YouTubing or whatever, the easiest way for you to kind of get an understanding of a topic. Just reading a textbook might not do it for you, and that's totally fine, but you're welcome to reach out and kind of read around on some other things. So I'll start here with sociology as a subject has three main theories, and they are listed here on the screen. And it is a way for us to kind of analyze society and look at it from three different viewpoints. This is very interesting because you can kind of take a problem or something that occurs in society and look at it from a lot of different perspectives. And I like to say that this is sort of one of those nobody is ever right. Or the old saying of there's your side and there's my side, and the truth is what lies in the middle. So this is one of those examples of kind of what we talk about and what we discuss in sociology. So we'll start with the first theory, structural functionalism. Some people also call this functionalism or the functionalist approach. Any of that, it's all the same theory. This is a really big, so macro, like big scale. That's another buzzword that you'll hear a lot, macro. Structural functionalism kind of examines big patterns that we see in society. And it focuses on the pieces and the parts of society and how they work together, or how they function in order for society to be structured and to kind of continue along as what we call normal. If you think about this in terms of poverty, poverty is my most favorite sociological concept, and I'll refer to this a lot. But if you think about it, if I'm looking at poverty and I'm analyzing it using structural functionalism, the structure and the function of poverty is going to exist because some jobs get paid more and some jobs get paid less. And so that's kind of where the theories come from on poverty when you're looking at it through the lens of structural functionalism. This thought of, well, some jobs require more schooling, require more thought, require more education, require more skill. And so we have to pay people more if they're going to be a brain surgeon, more so than if they are going to, let's say, they shine shoes for a living. So why would someone who has the ability to be a brain surgeon go through all of the schooling, all of the education, all of the years in order to make the same amount as someone who shines shoes for a living? And so that is one of the examples that the Davis and Moore theory provides, is this: we have to figure out some sort of way to incentivize certain jobs. So again, that might be a little bit abstract, but that is an example of a sociologist trying to explain something that happens in society. All right, the next theory is conflict theory, and most often you are going to see the name Karl Marx attached to conflict theory. And essentially, what this does is, again, looks at those large-scale patterns, those micro things in society, and tries to figure out what is going on. And if we look at it in terms of society, we see that there are certain groups of people in society that are fighting against other groups of people in society, and the struggle there is for resources and for power. And so Karl Marx had this huge theory on the struggle and the conflict between all sorts of groups, and that may be groups between rich and poor, or men and women, or one race and another. He focused a lot of his work on the business owners and the people that work at businesses. And so this kind of struggle back and forth is kind of where the term conflict came from. And then when we look at society through the conflict theory lens, we see that there's a lot of inequality, and it's because certain groups are more powerful than others. And so one of the ways to kind of look at poverty, if I'm using that as an example here, is this this struggle of opportunity, the lack of ability to get a job, to attend training, and then to continue working in a position and be free from discrimination or prejudices in order to make more money. And so a lot of the conflict theory surrounding poverty just talks about that that lack of opportunity for certain groups of people, and that struggle of resources. And then when we have those struggles and we have those lacks in opportunities, then we have more strife in our society. So again, that's kind of where that term conflict came from. And then the final theory is symbolic interactionism. And this is a very small scale approach to looking at society. And it kind of centers around the term symbols. And a lot of times that kind of has to do with what we see or what we attach meaning to. And so when we're looking at symbolic interactionism, again, I'm going to use the poverty lens because that is something that I have really spent a lot of time studying, is we are looking at very small patterns of what things mean to people and how people interact based upon what they perceive or what their experience is. So if we go along, poverty is this, this examining the differences in certain people's lifestyles, in their choices, in their relationships based upon their social status. And so, I would say think about how you take a quick glance at a person and determine are they well off? Are they middle class? Are they poor? Do you look at the clothes that they wear? Do you look at the house that they live in? Do you look at the car that they drive? And do you make quick assumptions about their finances? And if you do, well, then that's how you attach symbols to people and their items in regards to their financial status. So those are just some little quick examples that have to do with those three theories. I hope that I've given you something to attach to and not confused you even further. I want to focus on session 1. So session 1 is due by Tuesday, June the 1st, no later than 11:55 p.m. And the focus in the textbook is the sociological perspective. And then you have a journal activity and a writing activity. And so inside of each of these activities will be directions. I encourage you to follow the directions. Make sure that you are doing the quizzes first and kind of getting into the content and then popping down to the journal, watching the videos or doing the activities within the journal before you answer. Make sure that you're formatting correctly. There is a copy section of the journal, so you're actually going to copy the format and then paste it into the journal entry. And the ask there is to do that, so it's very easy for you to kind of structure your thoughts and answer all of the questions. And then the final activity is the writing activity. And so that asks you to watch a video and answer some questions and take a little bit of notes. And so just keep in mind that the journals and the writing activities are worth grand total 75% of your final grade. So those are your activities that you're really going to want to put a lot of effort into each week. So I hope that this has been informative and not confusing to you. If you need additional help, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email. I know it's a holiday weekend, but I'm going to be active on my email all weekend because it is also the first weekend of summer school. So I want to be there for you if you have any questions or concerns. Please just shoot me a message in your Nash Community College email account. Let me know that you need some help, and we can chat via email or video chat, and I can help you with that. Happy Friday, and have a great Memorial Day weekend.